I have no doubts that by now we've shot hundreds of pheasants out of the air with the different shotguns, but all those have been mouse and keyboard kills, and I was thinking, hunting pheasants with a controller is probably a much bigger challenge, and as we continue to wait for the release of Rancho del Arroyo on console, that's what we're going to do today. So you can see by the inventory selection screen down in the bottom right and the different buttons there, I do have an Xbox controller plugged in, and I was messing with the settings. I've got the look and aim sensitivity pretty high, because a lot of times you're dealing with super close range and fast movement, so hopefully that's going to help offset a bit of that. And the last thing is I'm carrying the 20 gauge semi-auto today. I would bring the 16 gauge, but it's still got the firing issue. I don't know if it's going to have that on the console release, but because I'm not super familiar with a controller, I feel like I would struggle to hit that reload button and get around chambered and still get a shot off, so to combat that, we're just running with a gun that's not going to have that issue. Now, of course, the pheasant hunting itself is going to be basically the same. It's only going to be the shooting that is different, and what I think is going to be really difficult is trying to judge like when they're going to flush, because normally I'll kind of auto-run with that, but I can do that on controller, just wouldn't be as practical. We hit that guy, which I'll take as a win. There's apparently another one over there, but that is the reason that I have Rascal with us today. I was going to just kennel him and not have a dog at all, but I think we're likely to have some not-so-good shots that may require a little help actually recovering the bird, but in this case, I guess he actually came back towards us, and evidently 2 hits with the shotgun at 30 meters and a 17.4 gold. I can say with a pretty good deal of confidence that we're probably not going to kill both of these roosters. We'll try to get one. I do think on mouse and keyboard I could get both, but it's just trying to deal with the unfamiliarity. We did get that one. Hold on. As long as we shot the right one the second time, I think we did. Now, they did flush in a pretty favorable direction. So far, I'm impressed with the fact that we haven't really struggled that much. Now, we've been in the open, we haven't had to deal with brush and like obstructions just yet, but still, I'm actually pretty pleased with that. 3 gold roosters down, in fact. I've lost track of the bigger one. There are 2 roosters in here again. I don't know, especially with the brush this time, if we have decent odds of getting both, or even one, really. Luckily, that guy flew right to us. I don't think... maybe that was the other rooster. It looked really dark on the other side, and it was just the only other pheasant I saw, but I think we're good again. By the way, just solid 12 scoring rooster on that one. We'll see if we maybe need Rascal's help, actually. It's just kind of scooting across the road there, so I don't imagine it's going much further. And in fact, we don't even get to spot it, so again, we've lucked out directionally. We might need to go and try a different spot where it's more likely they are going to actually go through the brush. I think actually if we go up this road, it kind of goes into the forest a bit and we might deal with more of that, so we'll kind of continue this direction, but 5 down now. So yet again, there are 2 roosters in here. If I could manage to spot, where did the other one go? I don't know if he ran off or why I never saw that one flash. They were both level 1s, but if I can manage to spot, I think it would make it a lot easier, because that spotting outline will stay on, even like through the gun, and that can make a pretty big difference. And yet again, still not doing it correctly, but I'm not even sure now. Did we shoot this guy twice, or did we ultimately get 2? There's only 1 hit there, so I'm pretty sure we got them both in the end, but pure luck that he kind of ran up to us. And by the way, Rascal's with us. I'm not a huge fan of like trying to navigate the wheel on controller, so I'm just not having him track when we don't need it. But so far we've been fine to just recover them anyway. And yet again, a small one, but we're actually doing pretty well. You know, the nice thing about a hunt like this is it's not just a challenge with no practicality. I really do want rare pheasants still. And especially if we can just keep on taking them out at the rate that we are, it could actually help us towards that as well. But after a start with, I think, 3 goals, if we had all silver since then, hopefully there's a big one hiding around here somewhere. I won't be shocked if I regret this decision, but I actually had this guy's track a while ago, and I wanted to come over here and check it out. And of course, I decided to do that right after grabbing the 16 gauge, and as long as it fires, it's going to be fine. But I did want to go ahead and at least give it a shot, and why he's just running and not flushing, I have no idea, but eventually he should settle down in the brush again. I think he did. So hopefully this time he's actually going to fly. And then it comes down to the gun, and actually it comes down to aiming correctly. We definitely hit him on the second one. I'm not sure I like that. I was just a little bit too worried about trying to, I don't know, have my thumb in a position to actually reload if needed. The other thing is, I have a wired controller, but it, for some reason, is just like super finicky. It's just, when I'm trying to aim, it's super like choppy. So the only way that I could do this was with a wireless controller and like a micro USB cord, and it is not really long enough to sit properly, so sitting sideways makes this even less doable. But maybe if we can, we'll get Rascal to help us out here. And go figure, we were just feet away from being in the right place, just looking the wrong direction. In 18 scoring, I think minimum weight for max weight estimate pheasant, I'm pretty sure it is 2.38 to 3 kg when they are the max. Let's go ahead and praise Rascal so he stops barking. But that was, I believe, on stream, a track that we had a long time ago, and I wanted to actually find that pheasant in case it was a 3. We've been doing this grind for some time, kind of off and on, and I have been surprised there hasn't been a level 3 yet, but good to get yet another max weight one off the map. I don't recall ever having so many flocks with multiple roosters. I don't think we got that second shot, but we did actually hit the second one we shot at the first time, so pretty sure we should have gotten both again. I'm actually trying to find a spot that's got a little more brush that has a flock of pheasants in it, because I think that would be kind of a big factor in this, but every time we run into them, they seem to be hiding just sort of out in the open. But especially when they are just hanging out in groups with multiple roosters, we're going to continue to take those opportunities. I think that's a rooster. The more I'm looking at it, it actually is a hen, but it looked so orange coming through the sun. And that's the thing when they start to kind of fly around like that, and I guess that's why, on occasion, it's good to start to practice taking those sorts of shots, because had that actually been a rooster, it almost got away. It took 3 to even hit it. Now this time, we actually do have a rooster flying by. I'm not sure, there was a bobcat over there. That might have been why he's coming over here, but naturally, right when he got to us, he was trying to land. And this is a little more what I was talking about. Like, when there's brush involved, it becomes difficult to line up the shot. And I'm not even so sure we did hit him. I thought the second one may have. If it did, it was probably like 1 pellet. And I don't know how shotguns like shooting through brush interact. Looks to me like he got away without a scratch, so we'll sort of go that way and see if we can take that one down. There was a male rabbit here, and I just have a feeling that because we finally did get a diamond, there's probably a diamond one in single player as well, so I was starting to look for that. Not so sure where that got to either, but I think we'll stay focused on the pheasant then. I don't think that's the same one. Looks to be another hen, but I'm guessing it's from the same flock. Figure we might as well drop it. Just a little common 6.4. I think I just saw a rooster there. That could not have gone any better, especially considering I'm not super familiar with like trying to use a controller. Flying directly over us was probably the best result. So a last-ditch effort to find something interesting. Unfortunately, only produced another gray rooster, just average size, but yet again we've managed to do pretty well. No idea what that is. It's definitely a rooster, and we definitely hit him. I did not know there was a second one in here, so that turns out to be as small as they get, basically, so nothing special, but glad to at least get a hit on another one. If he's going to come back this way, we might be able to save some time, well, by being loaded for one, but I was going to say, by getting another shot in him. I don't know if we hit him or one of the hens, quite honestly, but at the very least, we can give Rascal something to do. And for our minimum weight estimate pheasant, we just got to 1 kilogram. I tried to praise Rocky here. I always struggle to get the option to actually select. And we did actually hit one of those hens, it would appear, so maybe we should go and find that real quick, but actually, it looks like it's laying right there. I was gonna say, I'm definitely, as I said earlier, not super familiar with controllers, so if these settings are maybe not ideal, feel free to let me know in the comments, but if you want to see them again, because I did feel like they were very intuitive and easy to work with, you could try those out, and maybe it'll be useful on pheasants, trying to hunt them with a controller, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. I think it took a little bit of kind of getting used to, and fortunately, the pheasants were pretty cooperative early on. But I think it's going to be a fun time to actually get to do that when the map releases on console, and hopefully that's going to be sometime in the near future. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.